There's nothing like constructive criticism. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say something that might offend some people in this room, but I'm not here to coddle your feelings. I'm here to challenge your thinking, and here's the truth. There is absolutely nothing like constructive criticism, nothing more valuable, nothing more necessary, and nothing more feared by people who are addicted to comfort and allergic to growth. We live in a culture that praises mediocrity and punishes correction, a culture where being offended has become a personality trait, where people would rather be lied than be improved. But let me ask you, when did we become so fragile that feedback became an attack? Let me tell you, every time I've grown, every time I've elevated my thinking, my career, my voice, it was because someone had the courage to tell me the truth. Maybe they didn't say it perfectly. Maybe it stung, but guess what? Truth doesn't owe you comfort, it owes you clarity. Constructive criticism is a gift wrapped in discomfort, and only the mentally strong have the humility to open it. It says you can do better. You can think sharper. You can rise higher. It's not an insult, it's a challenge, and if you're wise, you'll say thank you. You want to win in life, you want to build something great, then stop chasing validation and start seeking accountability. Surround yourself with people who won't just clap for you, but correct you. People who will tell you when your work is sloppy, when your ideas are lazy, and when your character is slipping. Because if you don't have people in your life who challenge you, you don't have supporters, you have enablers, and enablers keep you comfortable. Critics make you capable, so the next time someone gives you real constructive feedback, don't dismiss them. Don't label them a hater. Take a breath, step back, and ask yourself, what if they're right? Because behind every successful person, every world changer, every leader worth remembering, there's a long list of critics who shaped them, and there's a strong individual who had the strength to listen. Be that individual. Constructive criticism is a gift, not an attack. It's one of the most underrated forms of support you'll ever receive. The problem is, we're so conditioned to associate correction with conflict that we miss the deeper intention behind it, improvement. When someone takes the time to point out how you can be better, do better, or think better, they're investing in your potential. They're telling you, you matter enough for me to be honest with you. That's not hostility, that's respect. In a culture obsessed with praise, we've lost the ability to see feedback as love. But real love isn't just cheering you on when you're winning. It's pulling you aside when you're drifting. Constructive criticism is not about tearing you down. It's about lifting you up by showing you where the cracks are before everything collapses. It's not judgment, it's refinement. If someone gives you constructive criticism, it means they believe you can handle it. They believe you're capable of growth. They believe you're strong enough to face your flaws and do something about them. It's a vote of confidence disguised as discomfort, so the next time someone offers it, instead of shutting down or getting defensive, lean in, listen, reflect, because the people who challenge you today are often the ones who make you unstoppable tomorrow. Truth doesn't owe you comfort, it owes you clarity. We've been sold the lie that if something makes us uncomfortable, it must be wrong. But that's not how truth works. Truth doesn't show up to make you feel good. It shows up to make you aware. It doesn't pat you on the back when you're headed in the wrong direction. It turns you around and points you toward what's real. Even if it stings, comfort is what keeps people stuck. It lets you settle into habits, attitudes, and beliefs that limit you because they feel safe. But clarity is what sets you free. It strips away illusions, exposes weakness, and reveals what needs to change. Not to shame you, but sharpen you. The truth isn't always warm, but it is always worth it. If all you ever seek is comfort, you'll never grow. You'll surround yourself with people who tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear. But if you value clarity, you'll start welcoming the hard conversations. You'll start asking, what am I missing? What do I need to face? Because deep down you know that clarity is power, and that power is what moves you forward. Validation feels good, accountability makes you great. It's human nature to crave praise, to want others to acknowledge your efforts and applaud your progress. And yes, encouragement has its place. But if all you ever get is validation, you risk becoming stagnant. You become addicted to approval instead of addicted to improvement. Validation tells you you're fine as you are. Accountability says you can be better. There's a big difference between people who hype you up and people who hold you up. The ones who validate you will make you feel good in the moment, but the ones who hold you accountable will help you grow over time. Accountability challenges you to rise to a higher standard, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. It doesn't let you hide behind excuses. It forces you to confront your choices, your discipline, your mindset. Greatness isn't built on comfort. It's built on correction, consistency, and character. The people who hold you accountable are the ones who believe in your potential more than they care about protecting your ego. They're not trying to control you. They're trying to develop you, so when you find someone who won't let you slack, who won't let you settle, who pushes you to show up better, keep them close, because that's where real growth begins. Surround yourself with people who correct, not just clap. Anyone can cheer for you when you're winning, but only real allies will challenge you when you're slipping. It's easy to gather a crowd of people who will hype you up, feed your ego, and tell you what you want to hear. But those voices, while flattering, rarely push you to grow. What you need are people who care more about your character than your comfort. People who will call you out, not to tear you down, but to build you up the right way. Clapping is easy. Correction takes courage. It takes strength to tell someone you're off track. You're better than this. You can do more, and it takes humility to hear that and not get defensive. But that's where the transformation happens. Iron sharpens iron, and that sharpening process isn't soft, it's friction, it's tension, it's truth spoken with purpose. If you're the smartest person in every room you walk into, you're in the wrong rooms. If no one in your circle challenges your ideas, questions your decisions, or holds you accountable, that's not a circle. That's a cage disguised as support. Choose people who aren't afraid to check you when you're wrong and who have the integrity to do it from a place of love, not pride. The ones who correct you care about your future, not just your feelings. Those are the people who make you better, sharper, stronger. Keep them close, let them speak, and listen. Strong individuals embrace criticism. Weak ones reject it. The difference isn't in how much criticism they receive, but in how they respond to it. Strength isn't proven by how loudly you defend yourself or how quickly you shut people down. It's shown by your willingness to listen, to reflect, and to grow. Strong people don't see criticism as an attack on their identity. They see it as an opportunity to sharpen their skills, improve their decisions, and mature their thinking. Weakness hides behind pride and ego. It avoids discomfort. It clings to praise and fears anything that challenges the status quo. When someone weak is confronted with a hard truth, they get offended, dismissive, or defensive. But strength leans in. Strength asks, is there something I need to learn from this? It doesn't mean agreeing with every critique, but it does mean having the humility to consider it. If you can't take criticism, you've capped your potential, because the higher you climb in life, the more correction you'll need to handle. Leaders are criticized, innovators are challenged, champions are coached, and all of them, every single one, must learn to separate their emotions from their growth. Strong individuals choose progress over pride. They're not afraid to admit they don't have all the answers. They invite feedback because they know excellence is built through refinement, not flattery, and that's why they rise, because they can handle what others run from.